Hi everyone, good, is it still morning? Yes, morning, unless you're on the East Coast. I am here to show you how I like to do my rockstar toes. So, I just want to pull this up in case anyone says, hey. All right, so I've done my base coat and I am doing, it's a little dab of blue, I'll deal with that later. I'm doing this gorgeous blue, which is Lookout. And you just need one good coat. You don't need two. This gel goes on really well with one good coat. Oh, Nellie, Nicole, hello. So I'm going to be doing these toes and finishing them like yesterday when I showed you guys how to use Crystal Clear as your top coat. I'm going to be doing the same thing, only on toes I do like to use the options Clear instead of Crystal Clear, just because I like to keep the flexibility. Hey, Stacy. Sorry, this is a little tricky to work around the camera. I'm like, I got it in the cuticle. Not ideal, but there's a camera in front of my head, so I don't normally do toes. So this is new for me. Well, I don't normally do toes on camera. Let's be real. Nellie does beautiful toes. You saw Rockstar Toes and had to check it out. Yeah. Yeah, Nellie does a lot of toes with microfine glitters, just with a little brush. It's like his amazing signature, which I have been lucky to receive once upon a visit. All right, just gonna hit that with a file. All right, go ahead and put that in. Hi, Adrienne. Hi, Michelle. Okay, so I'm gonna scoot you over here. So after I do my one coat of blue, I'm gonna take one coat of a gel, a glitter gel. In this case, I'm going to use my, I can't even tell if that's getting under there, my Aurora Blue Sparkle. And this is a glitter gel that's basically already built into options. So it's a flexible clear gel. And I'm just gonna put this on, and it's basically serving as my glue and kind of like a fill-in glitter between any chunky glitters. But for the most part, it's a good way to have a glue. And when you do the chunky glitters, it lets you get a little bit of some microfine mixed in, which I really like. Hey, Megan. Oh, you're so welcome, Nellie. I will come and do more toes with you someday. I did enjoy them. I had them on like way too long, by the way. I think April to July or something crazy. But yeah, he's like the master of doing like little ombres with the microfine glitters and things like that. They're very pretty. So forever over in Wisconsin. No, he's not in Wisconsin. Minnesota. I was went to Wisconsin, but I was also in Minnesota. He's in Minnesota. All right, so before you cure this is very important. Don't go put this in the light because this is where the big chunks are going to come in. And this is Pam here. Everyone say hi to Pam. And she found me, you found me online because you searched for Rockstar Toes, right? Yep. She does not get her nails done. She's like my only client of all my clients that is strictly walks in the door to get these toes done. So I've been doing her toes for how long?
10 years.
10 years. Don't say those words. It makes me feel old. Hi, Beth. So the glitter she picked out of my World of Glitters is this, I believe, a Wildflowers glitter. Yep. Starling. I have so many, as we all do. And I just use the same brush that I used before, and I'm just going to dab in and dab it into basically my glue layer. These bigger chunks I kind of spread around, and then I will layer on the little ones, and I can be a little bit more specific about where I want them to be. I like to do little ones on top of the big ones with these, kind of layer them like that. But especially when dealing with a very chunky glitter like this, it is nice to have that Aurora glitter as a base because you're not gonna cake the toe. Like what Nelly does, the entire toe is covered with very microfine loose glitter. This is not the same situation. I'm not covering the whole nail with a microfine loose glitter. So using that glitter gel as a glue lets you have glitter to kind of fill in the gaps. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you. It kind of fills in the spots that maybe you're not getting this big chunky glitter. You're still going to have glitter as a background. So it's a dual purpose. And I will typically grab little ones and layer them on top of the bigger ones. Kind of spread it around. That way when you check it out, so pretty. I really like this combo. Might have to do this on myself sometime. Actually, it would match my nails right now because my nails are kind of this color scheme right now. I finally have long nails again, let me tell you. I was having a hard time with how short they were. I feel weird with them that short. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but they were fine. But yeah, but I don't function as well. I feel weird and my hands are bitsy. All right. So this, when I do the big toe, I do grab quite a bit more. So this is different than, you know, some will sprinkle glitter on a toe. With these large chunks, you really need to just set them in and place them. And so having a nice sticky base with this Aurora gel really lets you do that. So pretty. So I check and look down the barrel a little bit, make sure there's nothing sticking up right before it goes in the light. Make sure there's nothing else I need to add, because you could add glitter all day long. All right, switch please. It's all right. Oh, this is blurry. Hopefully when I post this on YouTube, you guys, looks like it's coming through a little bit blurry on Facebook, but this video will be on YouTube, and so you won't have to see it blurry because it's recording on my phone now, because I have a great feature where you can just transfer the perfectly recorded video. So if you're watching this on Facebook and it looks fuzzy, pop over on my YouTube over at realworldnails.com. and I'll have it posted there later tonight when I'm on decent Wi-Fi. That's where all my videos go. So if you ever watch one and you're like, ugh, it's too blurry, go check my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel will get the uploaded saved video, which is typically better. All right, Nicole, after you apply the chunky glitter and cure, do you then go in and add more Aurora? No, don't need to. Just go straight into your top. The Aurora is your base and it is your glue, so it's plenty just being underneath. I mean, you could, but then you're just adding an extra step for no reason, so I wouldn't recommend it because time is money. I don't have time for that. So I book about 45 minutes for Rockstar Toes. If you're using a gel color that maybe requires 2 coats, you can do that. I would suggest seeing if you can check out some other gel colors that might only require 1, because it will speed up your time when you're doing a process like this where you don't need 2 coats. All right, don't put that in. Gonna switch and grab this glitter. And here we go again. And I always start this way and go that way, so this time I get to start with the big one. And some people do, you know, they don't do a lot of gel toes in the salon, which is sad. But in a place like this where, you know, come this time of year, people put their boots back on and then go back to work, or their heels or whatever. They're not going to be wearing flip-flops out. And so, you know, if they had to sit and wait for it to dry, they would not be so pleased. So I don't do any regular polish in the salon. So every toe that I do is always gel. I stopped doing polish on toes. And some of you may have heard me tell this story. It's been, I don't know, 9 years ago, and I was working at a salon, and I got this client in, and she had never had her toes done. Not with polish, not with anything. She was probably in her late 60s, early 70s. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. You're going to love it. And she's like, yeah, I'm really excited. And she had booked a gel pedicure. And I said, well, that's really good because you don't have to worry about waiting for them to dry. You're not going to worry about smudging them or anything. And then last minute, she was all nervous. She was, I think I'm just going to have regular polish. And I said, are you sure? Because you're going to have to sit and wait for it to dry. And if you put your shoes on too early, you can smudge it. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do regular polish. I'm like, all right. And of course, a few hours later, she comes walking in the salon to get her hair done. She's like, oh, look at my toes. And they had been smashed because she put her shoes on too early. And she's like, when can you fix it? I said, yeah, I don't have time today. I'm booked solid. And I went to the front desk and I said, please remove all natural nail polish services from my appointment books. Like, I was just done. Like, I just, you can try to talk them into doing it when you know that it's going to be better for them, because you can just, with someone who's never had their toes done, they don't realize how long it can take for polish to dry. And you can't put tight shoes on too early or they're going to be a mess. And, I didn't like to see disappointed clients was part of it, and that you're disappointing clients because you can't fix it because you got other clients. And so that was my last regular polish service ever. And that's all. All right, last one. Grab some little ones. All right, go ahead and put that one in. Let me just check for any bumps. So if you just check down the barrel, you can see if anything's sticking up big time and just tap it, but typically there's not too much. Go ahead and put that in. So again, that was with this gorgeous chunky glitter from Wildflowers. This is Starling. And using Aurora Blue and Luxio. Look out. So finally, the last important part of this is going to be your top coat. And I'm going to use Options Clear. And the reason I use this is because, one, it is a flexible top coat, and two, it's got enough thickness to it, enough viscosity, that I can get a perfect finish without any buffing. So just going to carefully brush it on and float it over the glitter, and it will smooth out and self-level itself around the chunks of glitter. So I just did a video last night doing the similar thing with a glitter fade and chunky glitter on nails, and that one is already up on YouTube. And that one I used Options Crystal Clear. They have a very similar viscosity. Options Crystal Clear just cures harder. And I recommend when you are working with toes, especially in the winter, when they're wearing shoes, that you use Options Clear. Just keep everything as flexible as you can. It's better for their toes. So this is also the gel that I will use if I need to extend or fix someone's toenail. So a toenail repair. So, come January, February, when you've got skiers that maybe busted their toenail off, this is typically what I will use to fix that. All right, get that toenail flat. And I'm going to get a nice amount so that I can push it around over the nail. And then keeping my flat brush flat, I'm glossing it on. So you're treating this like a thicker gloss. And it's going to fall in and around the glitter particles. And it'll give you a perfectly smooth finish. Just give it a second, and you can just watch your line of light and you'll just see it come out perfectly smooth. And that's why she comes to me.
One of many reasons.
One of many reasons. But the smooth, glittery toes. Just going through and checking, making sure everything looks good. Making sure gravity didn't pull anything funky. All right, go ahead on in the light, please. All right. So again, I'm going to grab a good chunk of this for this big toe and push it around the cuticle. And then treat it like a thick gloss and gloss it over the nail. When you gloss, you should not be having your brush straight up and down. If your brush is this direction, that's incorrect. You want to keep your brush flat, and that's going to let you have a nice smooth finish. And you'll see a little bit of divots, but do not fret. This will smooth out while I'm working on those other toes. And when she comes back in, I just dip everything off with the knee file. Technically could soak, but I don't recommend it. It would take like 10 times longer. Just use my little sanding band and zip, zip, and in a few minutes it's off. She has perfect feet, your comment, Pam.
So nice.
She says that's so nice. She does have really, really nice feet. I told her, I said, I don't ever really do toe videos, but you have nice feet. And I was just talking to some people about, you know, encapsulating products and how you can do it without all the finish filing if you use the right top coats. And so I said I needed to do some videos, and your feet are perfect for such a video. So just checking it again, making sure everything's good. But as you can see, when you look at the light, it comes down really nicely. It's nice and smoothed out. There's no bumps. So go ahead and put that in the light, please. I'm going to put my options clear back on my tray. Wipe my brush. And there is a tacky layer on this. So you're just going to go through. You can take that off. Wipe. And then I always use, you can get, there's so many kinds of files. I keep this one in my disinfectant. And I like it because it's really nice and stiff. And when you have toes, I like to have a nice straight finish most of the time. And I don't want to use a file for 5 seconds and then have to toss it. So these work really, really nice for toes. Easily cleaned and disinfectable. So these are available at my website at lovenails.com. I should look and see. I don't know if it's in the file section. I'll have to look. But they're available. They're metal diamond files. Just finish the end. That makes sure that there's no glitters that might be sticking out. Anything like that. Make sure I catch anything in the corner there. And then just straight across. It's just a little bit of a edge for her. And then give it another wipe. And then if you wanted to lotion and everything, you can. But otherwise, they are perfectly fresh. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and that will help you out. They are super shiny and very, very smooth. No bumps ever. So it's just using the right gel. So if you don't have any of that options clear, get some. It will make your day much, much easier. All right. Thanks for joining, guys. Point your toes so they can see them. There you go. So pretty. All right, guys. Thank you. See you later. Bye.